Jeez, it went to a red aspect again? What the heck? Half-figure Pete closing in on 6 years. Thank you, sir. You're welcome, Book Local. Yeah, but it was red, Connor. Watch the stream back 60 seconds, it was red. Like it's gone red again now, you see. I went out last night. I had went to a Brazilian steakhouse. Anybody been to a Brazilian steakhouse before? They're pretty fun. You basically you pay a set price, and then you can go to the salad bar as many times as you like. And then while you're sat at your table, so basically you get a plate, you go to the salad bar, and you can take whatever you want, right? They also give you like a piece of card which is green on one side and red on the other. If you want steak, if you want more meat, just leave it on green. And what happens is, like, every minute or two, one of the oh boy, not paying attention now. Every minute or two, somebody will come round with a skewer with some steak on it, or chicken, or whatever. And they'll come to your table and go, "Do you want some?" And you go, "Yep." And they'll just slice it off. And they give you like these little prongs to put it on your plate. To just slice some nice steak, some sirloin, whatever. They even had like garlic breads on skewers. And he brought over little garlic breads, which they'd cooked on the fire. And there's like all kinds of different steaks and even pork and lamb, like all sorts of stuff. Really nice. And they just keep coming. And then you just turn your card over to red. I'm like, oof. Let that settle down, put it back on green, off you go again. It's crazy. You get to try all kinds of meat and then as much salad as you want. You can just keep going like that as long as you like. But there's only so much you can do. You just get full. And then when he was finished, he's like, "Do you want the dessert menu?" And I was going to say no. My mate went, "Yeah." I went, "Okay, yeah." So, you know, like most places that bring a dessert menu over. He didn't bring a dessert menu over. He brought a dessert tray over with all the desserts on it. Let me show you this. He brought a dessert tray over, which looked a bit like that. Can't see very well, one sec. That was the selection of desserts that we got. There's like ice creams and cheesecakes and like, oh my god. So yeah, instead of just bringing the menu over, he just goes, "What do you want?" Of course, I went for the Oreo cheesecake with ice cream. It was nice. Oreo cheesecake with a blob of vanilla ice cream. That was good. But afterwards, I was done. I was done. Oh, and I had 2 beers as well. So we got back to my mate's place and was like, "Oh, I'm in a food coma." Oh, you would have liked it, Mr. Tharox. You would have liked it. I didn't drive. I got Mrs. Squirrel to drop me off so we can have a couple of beers. So she picked me up. See, why is this a repeater saying 2 yellows when actually in 300 meters it says red? Why is that double yellow? Shouldn't that be a red repeater? It's gone green. 2 yellows means red at next. I thought it went 2 yellows, then 1 yellow, then... Oh, okay. So now we've got 2 yellows with a green on top. What the heck does that mean? What's the green signify? That's green here, but red next? That's so bizarre. Proceed next signal red. This is the old signaling. Okay. I wish all the countries would just agree on one system. That would be nice. Oh, the French system. The French system, right, might as well just be written in Klingon. It doesn't make any sense. Would I enjoy my train sim without streaming or chat? I enjoy this. I enjoy kind of hanging out and playing. I do firefights, but I've not used it in ages. Don't make me stop. Looks like we're both being held up. Doing that weird thing where it doesn't accelerate again.
Happy anniversary, Nata.
So throttle off, brakes are fully released, throttle back on. No tractive effort. What's going on? Yeah, I'm trying to speed up again, Centosh. Look, max throttle, nothing. It's doing that weird thing that it does. This is so weird. Mr. Sommy, 1 second. I'm having train problems. No, the brakes are off. Look, the brakes are fully released. I'm going to put the brakes on because something weird's going on here. Mr. Sommy, 46 months. How was insomnia? Lol. I'll ask you that tomorrow. Shadow, thank you for 7. I have no idea what just happened then. I have no idea why it did that. Yeah, Connor, it's all right, but I think you could design a better one, to be honest. You can't use the throttle to hill start like other sims. The brakes must be fully released and then you power it. If it detects you taking power with brake, it will refuse to go. It seems to be that way. Which makes me wonder how you do a hill start in this thing. Without rollback. Melting lava. Thank you for 20 months showing the love. Thank you, dude. With the straight brake on. Electric brake. Train brake. Direct brake. Which one do you mean then? Do you need to use it then if it's got like an anti-roll system? Yay, food. I almost passed out.
Sauce? Sauce?
No. She's obviously rushing. Tea time! Chips, fish, and beans is what I've got. With some bread to make some chip butties. Fantastic. You're not sure what you're eating? I just said it's in. Hang on, just in case, can we like do a save here? Just in case. Big Red!
Welcome back.
Big Red with a sub bomb. Thank you very much, Big Red. Just been gifted a sub. Please remember to thank Big Red for his generosity.
Welcome back. Nutter. Welcome to the Nut House.
I've noticed this often happens on a freight service. You often get stuck behind a passenger, and you have to like just regulate your speed, otherwise you'll be stop-starting all day long.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Alright, YFG, see you later. Thanks, Big Red. Oh, 2 yellows. think we've got a stopping passenger service ahead. I think that's what's going on here. We could probably cruise at like 70 or 80 and not have a problem. Please. Yeah, I'm just going to cruise. I reckon if we go at the right speed, we can probably chase greens rather than chasing reds. Yeah, I'm gonna stick around 70 and see what happens. What kind of things do you like, Big Red? Architecture, history, tourist traps. Theme parks, like what are you looking for? I reckon we can get away with a bit more speed now. Thanks. You love a bit of history, would love to go flying. When you say you would love to go flying, as in what? You've got a PPL? Get a bit more speed going. If you want to go GA flying, then you're probably better off getting a flight experience hour or something. If you're looking for like scenic flying, then you probably want to go either like southwest of England or possibly Wales or Scotland, depending on how much travelling you want to do. Uh-oh. Didn't spot that one. You have a car. I don't know, GA flying probably is easier if you stay away from London. What you could do, contact a flying club at one of the airfields, like say Shoreham or like down Brighton way on the south coast. Drive down to the south coast, like lots to see down there on the south coast, Brighton stuff, and then just get a flight. So speak to them and say, I want you to take me up flying and take me along the south coast, and they'll take you, like, you can go over to the Isle of Wight, you can go down towards Southampton way. It's all really scenic along that coastline, and that'll be a really cool flight. And then you could sort of drive up, I don't know, maybe head towards South Wales, maybe? Go and have a drive around Wales. On your way, pop in at Stonehenge. Go to the Tank Museum, which isn't far from Bovington. Go that way. The weather in late October is very random. You can get some fantastic flying days, and then the next day it can be chucking it down with rain and horrible. There is no predicting British weather. But here's the other thing, by the time you've got to October, you might be able to, because it'll be like sunset times and stuff, you may be able to get them to bring you back during sunset or even slightly into the night, which will look equally fantastic. My only advice with flying at sunset is make sure you're heading east, not west, or north or south. You're like, don't head west at night. It's just horrible. Flying into the sun, you cannot see a thing. Oh, it doesn't work, Heyman, trust me. The cockpit glass on most GA planes is, let's just say, pretty well worn, and when the sun hits it, it scatters the light. And then when you've got the sun in your face and the light's being scattered, the net result is that you cannot see a thing. The ground is like black because your iris just shuts down. Far better to be flying north or south and looking out the window at the sunset than flying into it. why I was ready for that. Right, cup of tea. Yes, James. I got the Transcend World 2020 Deluxe Edition. Right, I've been speeding through those sections I saw. So I think we've probably lost our gold medal by now. Quite a long journey, this one. But I have got some of Mrs. Squirrel's homemade cake that I'm going to be taking to Insomnia. Mr. Baz has got one. Raspberry and white chocolate. He likes that one. So good. Weather's fabulous currently. Recommendations for places, food to eat. Are you planning on going into central London? Few days in London. Okay. So, I only really know around the Oxford Circus area, but that contains a lot of places. Most of the best restaurants in the Oxford Circus area you'll find in the back streets, not actually on the main high street, because that's where all the shops are. But if you go into like... I wouldn't recommend going into Soho and getting like Chinese food, because like the hanging things in the window, I'm never quite sure about the hygiene of those places. So there are some nice Turkish restaurants around there. From Oxford Circus, if you walk north towards the what's that church called? All Souls Church. If you walk north from Oxford Circus Station, just before the church, you'll see Oza. That's a Turkish restaurant. That's really good. Not cheap. It's never going to be cheap round there, you know. Just remember where you are. But Tottenham Court Road, near Tottenham Court Road, there's a place called Thai Metro, which is the one I always tell people to go to. It's a small place, but the food is fabulous. They do a nice lunchtime menu, which is cheap, but I recommend the evening menu, which is slightly more expensive, but still cheap for where it is. And Thai Metro is just brilliant if you love Thai food. That's near Tottenham Court Road station. So they get the speed under control here. Stayed in a hotel around the corner. That's the funny thing, is like you can find some Premier Inns and stuff with actually reasonable rates if you book early enough. Chuck and Neil, thank you for 33. Started stopping at Premier Inns. Premier Inns are... Some of them don't offer proper breakfast, but, you know, for the money you pay, you get a clean room. Like, there's a certain level that you get. But they've got a few in central London that are super cheap. Oh boy. Yeah, we lost the medal a while back. We might get a bronze. I prefer Premier Inn over Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn's a bit too basic. You don't grow any tea in Yorkshire, Trader Paul. You blend it. You'll be able to get Yorkshire tea in... trying to think. A lot of supermarkets sell it now. Tesco's should sell it. There was a time when Yorkshire tea was very hard to get hold of. But if you want a bit of adrenaline, Big Red, book yourself onto the rib boats down the Thames. Pay for the extra one, like the whole hour, I think it is. That'll start somewhere. Trying to think where it starts. Somewhere near Waterloo, I think, is where you board. And it'll take you all the way out to the Thames flood barrier, turn around and come back. And when they're out there, they absolutely floor it and gun it, and it's fantastic. It's great fun. But you also get a nice tour of the Thames, because it takes you all the way along. You see the Houses of Parliament, the London Eye, what's it called? Mine's gone blank. But you get all the skyscrapers and stuff, and along the way they'll teach you about some history. Like that's Greenwich over there, that kind of thing. So that's worth doing. That's not too expensive, and it's a nice way to spend an hour just going up and down the Thames. Wait, is that not? Denied. Go on the London Eye as well. That's quite good. But if you're going to go on the London Eye, I'd kind of recommend that you spend extra money and get the VIP one where you can book a pod. So you can book an exact time and then just walk up 15 minutes before and get straight on the pod. Otherwise, by the end of October, it might not be so bad. But if you try doing that over summer, you'll be in a massive queue. I've not been up the Shard, but my daughter's done that. So you could go to Shard as well. Quite expensive though. If you get the right day in October, you'll see for miles from the top of the Shard. Unlike summer when it's misty. That was so weird. Master switch off. Set the parking brake to on. Hey, Watland. No, you don't want to drive into London, Wobbly Weasel. Well, most of that was fine. The little speed thingy there. Another little one there. That was a long journey. 52 minutes. Jeez, man. Let's have a look at that one. It's so weird, yeah, where you have to dive back through the menus to find out what you got. Oh, silver. Scumbaggery. Didn't get the gold. Shouldn't have been speeding whilst eating. It's kind of tricky. Trying to make chips and fish butties to dip in your beans while focusing on a speed limit in a train and reading chat. You know, my multitasking has limits. What's this one here? Fuel exchange. Take part in a hauling shipment of aviation fuel heading east. A banker will join the train. That's Laufach for the climb to Heigenbrücken. A banker? So what now? Due to engineering the tunnel in Heigenbrücken, operate a short return service out of... Your excuses are weak, young squirrel. Wow, an all-stopping service. Passenger logo. 1-4... Wait, is the 146 the one that... Is this the one that makes the noises? The musical train. Boo, 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 boo. Are you still on holiday,
Welcome
Mr.
to this
Whiteland?
BR 146.2 electric locomotive in DB Traffic Red livery. During this brief introduction, we will go through the startup, stopping and passenger door operations. Climb aboard to get started. The battery will power up the control desk and allow you to interact with it. This locomotive draws power from the overhead electrical supply via a contact arm mounted on.
Wait, I never put the wipers on. Whichever scumbag drove this laugh didn't turn the wipers off, did they?
To get the locomotive up and running, set the master switch. Headlights are important in letting others around.
Reduced. Interesting.
We now need to wait a moment and let the brake system charge. It'll take a minute or two.
Yeah, devil dude, how dare you leave those wiper blades on? The 146 is the single system version of 186.
Now activate the pantograph so that it When stopped for longer periods of time, or when leaving the cab, a parking brake. Use the master switch to determine the... Give a quick glance of the platform to ensure all is safe.
It's all safe. I deem it to be safe. Look, nobody on board the train nobody at the platform, right? Nobody at the platform, nobody on board the train. Not a person. And yeah, I bet when we get moving, suddenly our train will be full of people. Yep, what then?
Boarding is now complete. The train brake is used for normal line operations. Due to the size and weight of this train, small...
Nobody's on board yet.
Now we're rolling, we can apply more power, and focus can be diverted towards achieving a desired speed. Coasting is a method used to easily move without engaging power. On a flat gradient, this is great for maintaining a speed limit.
This is hilarious. It's got the wipers locked out, so I can't turn them off. Oh yeah, this thing can move.
There's a short distance between here and your next stop, so be sure to manage the train and prevent overspeeding.
Where's the next stop, bro? Does it want me to actually do anything? I take it's just going to tell me when to stop.
We are on the final approach to Gmunden, and will soon need to start applying a small amount of brake force to achieve a comfortable stop.
Nah, we just hit the anchors and bring it down to 60. People get there earlier. They appreciate it. If I can get them into work 10 minutes early, even though they've got coffee on the shirt, they appreciate that. And a whiplash. What's a bit of whiplash? You know, just loosen your neck, you'll be fine. Gmunden Platform 8. Yeah, I do need to learn them, Everest, but... yeah. Oh, 5-meter glovage.
Like before, unlock the doors to allow passenger boarding to commence.
I could say that about flying a plane, Everest. Everything's easier when you know how. Deutsche Bahn Regio. Not yet, Leaky. PZB's a pain, and Cifa is just spamming the space key.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of this locomotive.
Alright, we got that? Good. Now we can do an advanced one. Right, journeys, let's have a look. Westbound local stopping service. Eastbound limited stopping service. Eastbound local. The stopping services are the hardest, because like they're the hardest to keep on timetable, aren't they? Westbound local. Yeah, let's try that. Being in one of these trains, nice. Unlock left, I think. And the question is how set up is this thing? Cab lights, desk lights, master switch is not even on. Oh my god. How do I know how set up this thing is? I'm trying to think of the startup procedure. I don't know if we're ready to go. May have missed something out. Timber Toolman, thank you for 2 months though. Oh, there's no timetable on these. Interesting. Let's see what happens. Oh, cool. Stop at Langenprozelten. Okay. Welcome to the stream. Unbelievable how quick this thing picks up speed. So far, so good. Oh, there's Jeff. Whoa, why do you get that? Like, huge amounts of cars. Oh, God. I was too busy looking at Jeff. It's alright, we got this. It was all the same car, yeah. That was a bit disappointing. Like, if it had Audis and Porsches on there, that would be great. Collectibles? Right. Leg it! People on board are like, hey, isn't that the driver? Oh, you can't get up there. Are you serious? Can I get there and back before the passengers finish loading? That's the question. Please don't tell me I can't get up this platform. Game, please. Wait, what? No! No, what? What's going on? I thought that was a collectible. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Welcome to this BR146.2 electric locomotive in DB Traffic Red livery.
That's actually
During
amazing.
this brief introduction, we will go through the startup, stopping, and passenger door operations. Climb aboard to get started.
Oh my god. It's a sort of a collectible. So a tutorial that I've already done, they put as a bright blue thing on the platform. Even though I've already done it. Oh my god. That is just wrong on all kinds of levels, that is. Hang on, continue current journey. Wait a minute. Hey, that's back at the start. That's not continuing. What the heck, man? This game is just a massive troll. The train sim world is like so weird. Is the game on sale? I don't know. They just released the stuff, so I doubt it. Okay. Well, it didn't take long to get to the station. To be honest, Bob, I thought it saved it when you got to the platform, but maybe it saves it when you close the doors and the passengers are back on. Maybe that's when it saves it. So its last save point was this, because this was the last time the doors closed. I think that's how it's working. I don't believe that. I was just running for Pokemon. Look what happened. What about running lights? I think they're already on. Headlight signals on normal. It's all good. It's really odd. It sets some things up and not others. I don't understand it. No, there's no steam trains in Train Sim World. We can but dream. Flug. Nope, no steam trains in Train Sim World. Cagey about it. I think Simograph bit's still being worked on for Steam. I reckon they haven't, written it all for Simograph yet. Nice one, Raps Kennewick. Should probably sell a Heritage DLC with the Steam logos. Visually stunning, really is. Like the trains just look so real. But this game has some oddities. We've got Steam third-party devs also testing and learning the engine though, so that's helpful. What, they've actually done that now? They're actually getting third-party development going, because it's been 2 years since that's supposed to have been delivered. Same with multiplayer. Yeah, why are the lights set incorrectly? I didn't even set them. What the heck? Wait, what? It's doing that weird thing again. It's doing that weird thing again where it wouldn't throttle up. Editors in close beta with some third-party devs that got their hands on the tools for making logos. So maybe in 2020 then we can actually get some Armstrong Powerhouse stuff going. About flipping time. Yeah, Decamel, the pricing structure's a bit harsh. The best thing to do, Decamel, is just to get it all on sale, you know. Wait a few months after release and then get it on a Steam sale. Indeed, fluke. GCSE result day today, wasn't it? Why is it raining? I wish they added dynamic weather into the game, you know? You know, like when you play Hunter Call of the Wild and you can be walking along and it's sunny and then it'll start to get cloudy and then it'll rain. You don't get any dynamic weather. You don't suddenly start off like it's cloudy, then a bit of light precipitation en route, and then it goes cloudy again. Like, you don't get any of that. It's just fixed all the way through. You got an A star for being awesome, Bob. Blue Army, how are you doing, sir? Are you going to Insomnia, Blue Army? Oh god, back off, back off. Blame that one on Blue Army. Come on. There we go. Real world weather would be good. Yeah. I mean, even OMSI had real world weather. Like, whatever city you was in, you could tell it to go and look up the live weather. These days, it's so easy to get free weather reports. When am I going? I'll be there from lunchtime tomorrow. I'll be there all day Saturday. I'll be just milling around Blue Army. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Just gonna go and chillax, as it were. Meet people. No stream Friday or Saturday, James. Back for Sunday night trucking. I don't know. I don't know how easy it is to inject weather into Unreal. I just don't know. I do know one thing: the skyboxes are a bit pants. Yeah, I won't see you Sunday, Blue Army. Gotta get back for trucking. Well, I probably won't get to play it this weekend, James, I don't think. I know. I think it's just the texture they've used for the skybox. Like, all the graphics on the ground are really good, and then the sky is just... It's almost like an afterthought. Like, somebody please give them a 4K texture. Oh my god. Did not see that speed limit change. The trains are 10 times more complex. As in, the sim is not simulating it well enough, is that what you mean? The sky looks real. No, it doesn't, not when you look at it properly. don't know if you can see the pixelation in it. Try and look at like that bit there, so the shading of it, you can see the pixels. Especially on that one. Yeah, he does move. It just kind of moves like really slowly, and it's only one layer. Yeah, once you've noticed it, Yoshi, you can't not look at it. What was that it? Okay. That was a surprise. $2,600 points. No idea what we got. Let's have a look. That will be a gold. Let's do one of these. Perform cutting and switching of hoppers. Meh. What yard work. Operate the inbound portion of aggregate materials delivery to businesses along the line. All right.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
I did a lot of British roots at the start of the stream, Gashead. We were all over that. And then we did some German. Now we're doing some American. Nice weather. Let's get the windows open. Front headlights, bright. Oh no. Wow, that's on 100%, that wiper. That's what you call a freight train, yep. It's a bit annoying the way they didn't build this into the route. Let's see. Go via Lawrence, stop at Redwood Junction, uncouple 9 vehicles. Go via Millbrae, stop at San Francisco. Okay. We can do that. Why are your ditch lights off? I did it just to annoy you. I'm not losing any bits, so it's not me. Just don't think so. Nope, I haven't dropped any frames. I wish all this stuff worked. EOTD emergency. Rain breaker. Time is right there. Headlights, interesting. Action points basically determine what you get. If you press Control 6, it brings up your action points. So every time you're driving under the speed limit, you're ticking 30 action points. If you stop at the platforms or your designated stop points accurately, you get more points. And they basically build up. And then at the end of the scenario, depending on how many points you can get a bronze, silver, or a gold. $11.30 for you, yeah. So you're probably West Coast, US, I'd guess. Does it actually do that, Pavic? So if you actually activate your horn and the bell and stuff, you get more points. You just wonder what third-party devs can do. It depends what aspects of Simulgraph, like if they give them a good API into Simulgraph or not. That's really what it depends on. You wish the textures were this good on Xbox. Is that Xbox One? How's the wedding? Yeah, it was good. Very good wedding. Very well planned. Really enjoyable. Flashing green. Flashing green means what exactly? Proceed with caution, maybe? You got your braces a few hours ago this morning. Dude, the first week of having braces is horrible. Mind you, it does depend what your braces are trying to do. Like, if you're only trying to correct a small amount, it's fine. Like with me, they tried to basically move a lot of teeth at the same time inwards, and that was not fun. Not fun. It was quite painful, in fact. And every time they put a new wire on, it was like a thicker, stronger wire, and it was just hell on earth for like 2 days. The result is there, but 2 years later, you know, 2 years of... It's a long time to be uncomfortable for, you know? I used to get like mouth ulcers and all kinds because the things would like dig into your inside of your mouth. Like sometimes they'd take the skin off. It was just awful. Had to put like bits of wax over some of the metal bits to stop them just shaving the inside of your mouth off. It's just not good. And when they come out, it's just it's the weirdest feeling when they take them out. Weirdest feeling. You work as a flight instructor up until about an hour ago, until the weather got stormy, so no flying today. Yeah. Can't control the weather, bro.